Okay, class, today we're doing Module 1, Foundations of Algebra. We're going to be doing A.REI.3, Level 3 Reteach. So that's basically the same thing we've been doing the last couple of days, except that the problems are getting a little bit harder each time we move up a level. So the first thing I need to do on this one is I'm going to distribute not once but twice. And when I distribute, I know I get a positive 6p and a minus 9. Watch your signs, because this is where I see a lot of people get this one wrong. Two negatives make a positive, and this is going to get me a negative 16p or a minus 16p. After I do that, I need to combine like terms, so I'm going to put these in a box, and I'm going to underline these because I'm going to combine them. So I get a negative 6p plus 7 equals, and I'm going to get a negative 10p because the minus 16, and that's going to get me a plus 31 because the 40 is bigger. Then I look to see which one is the smaller variable, and I notice that the 10 is smaller than the 6 because it's negative. So these cancel out, and I get 4p plus 7 equals 31. Then I'm going to subtract 7, and I get 4p equals 24. I'm going to divide by 4, and p equals 6. Taking a look at the next one, again, I'm going to be doing some distributing first. Two negatives make a positive, and I'm going to have a minus 27m equals a minus 9m plus 24 minus 64m. Again, I'm going to box these. Remember, that's a minus sign. Box these two because they're negative, so I get 24 minus 27m equals same sign, add and keep. And I'm going to get a negative 73 m. Then I got to look to see which one is smaller, and the negative 73 is the smaller one, so that's the one I would prefer to move. Now remember, there's always more than one way to solve these problems. This is a 3. So if I do negative 27 plus 73, I'm going to get a positive 46m equals 24. I'm going to divide and subtract by 24. These are going to cancel out, so I have 46m equals 0. I tell you, you guys don't like this answer, you know you're going to see it on your test, because I do it often. So any 0 divided by any number is 0, so m equals 0. Taking a look at the next one, we are going to distribute not once but twice. Don't forget there's Mr. Wonderful there, so 9 minus 1r or r. Two negatives make a positive 10 equals a negative 3r. Two negatives make a positive 9 and an 8. So these two I'm going to combine, and then I'm going to combine this number and this number together. So that's going to get me 19 minus r equals negative 3r plus 17. So again, I want to look to see which one is smaller. So the 3r is the smaller one. So I'm going to get 19 plus 2r, because there's a 1 in front, equals 17. I'm going to subtract 19. So I get 2r equals a negative 2. I'm going to divide by a 2, and r equals negative 1. So this one I'm going to distribute not once but twice, and I'm going to get a negative 4x, and two negatives make a positive 48, and I'm going to get a negative 4x and a positive 22, and then I'm going to add 4x to both sides, and I notice that they cancel out, so I get positive 48 equals 22, and therefore it is no solution. It is a false statement. Taking a look at the next one, I'm going to distribute again. So I'm going to get a negative 9p. Two negatives make a positive 36. I'm going to get a 3p plus 24 minus 8p. So again, I'm going to combine like terms on the right side. So I get a negative 9p plus 36 equals, and I'm going to get a negative 5p plus 24. I'm going to look to see which one is smaller, and the negative 9p is definitely smaller. So I'm going to add the 9. This is going to cancel out, so I get 36 equals 4p plus 24. After I do that, I'm going to subtract my 24. And when I subtract my 24, I'm going to get a 12 equals 4p. I'm going to divide by 4, and p equals 3. So let's move on to some inequalities. Taking a look at our inequalities, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to need to distribute. And when we distribute, we get 6r minus 66 is greater than or equal to 6x minus 72 plus 4. I'm going to combine like terms. So I get 6x minus 66 is greater than or equal to 6x minus 68. I'm going to subtract my 6x's, and then I get negative 66 is greater than negative 68. Now, if you think about this, negative 66 is the bigger number, so yeah, it's true. So my answer is all real numbers. It is a true statement. So we know it's a true statement. To graph that, we just highlight the whole graph and we just put arrows on both sides. Taking a look at the last problem, I'm going to distribute. So I get a negative 11k minus 109 is less than or equal to negative 12. That's going to get me a negative 11k, and that's going to get me a minus 121. I'm going to combine the whole numbers on the left side, so I get a negative 11k minus 109 is less than or equal to negative 133 minus 11k. Then I'm going to add my 11k's to both sides, and when I do, the k's cancel out, and I get a negative 109 is less than or equal to negative 133. Well, negative 109 is the bigger number. So this is a false statement, so I would say no solution. I don't graph it because it's no solution, and it is a false statement. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.